everybody, welcome back, and today I have a really quick review for you on the new vegan brushes from BH Cosmetics. Now I've got to say BH Cosmetics has really stepped up their brush game. I've had these for, I want to say, a month or two because I really wanted to give them some use, wash them, all that kind of stuff before I reviewed them. But I did buy these when they first were released on BH Cosmetics website, and they were like 60% off or 50% off. So I got all of these brushes. I got 10 brushes for like less than $40, and I think they all range from like $8 to like $8 and down. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to just put all of the prices and the names right here, as well as I'll link them down below so you can see what their actual prices are. And BH Cosmetics is always running all kinds of sales. What are you doing? PETA. Thank you. So you know you can always get these babies on sale. So what I'm going to do, I even put the packaging for you just because I was so impressed with it, just so I could show you. So I'm going to go in order, and yeah, let's get started. The brush I have is this one right here. This is the Brush V1, so vegan large powder brush. And I'm just going to read the back of these for you. This plush vegan large powder brush swirls on pressed or loose powder quickly, easily and evenly. Also applies a subtle wash of blush or bronzer. So yeah, so this is just the V1 powder brush. First of all, can we talk about the brushes? Beautiful. I mean, they have, it says BH Cosmetics right here, and it has the actual number of the brush. And I've got to say, I was really impressed. It's got a beautiful kind of it's like a mix between rose and gunmetal. It's really interesting. And then they got the handles on them. They are wooden handles, and I will say, as I've used them, I don't know if you can see right there, and washed them and traveled with them, some of the paint has worn off, but that's okay because they still feel really solid. So it's not a really heavy brush, but it still feels solid, nicely put together. So the bristles on this are absolutely beautiful. They're like multicolored bristles. They are vegan, so they are synthetic. It's extremely soft brush, but I like this as a powder brush, and I do think you can use this for powder, foundation. You could even do, if you've got big old cheeks like I do, you could do blush with it. I think it's a beautiful bronzer brush as well, because I don't know if you can tell, but the ferrule, let me show you, the ferrule is pinched. Not a whole bunch, but just enough to where it would be good to get around the corners of the face and down through the hollows of the cheeks. So again, really soft, beautiful powder brush. I use this mainly just to set my face, and I really enjoy it. And I have to say, with these brushes, I have not noticed any shedding at all. Next brush we have is the V2 Vegan Pointed Blending Brush. And on the back it says, control placement of powder in cream makeup and blush, and blend blush, bronzer, and highlight effortlessly with this vegan pointed blending brush for a smooth, seamless look. So this is what the box looks like. I've been holding on to these forever so I could show you. And this is the V2. So again, you can kind of see where some of the paint has worn away. Again, I love this. It's got a nice round ferrule to it, and there is a little bit, I will say on this one, it is very soft, but there is a little bit unevenness in the cut, but it does come to a point. I do like this for setting powder right underneath my eye. I also like it for highlighting, and every now and then I will use this for blush as well. So it's a little bit softer than I like to use for blush, because I like something that's really gonna be a little bit stiffer so I can blend it out, but a beautiful brush. I really do like this for highlighting. So gorgeous brush, and that is the V2. That is the V3, and this is the Vegan Contour Brush. Shade and highlight effortlessly with this vegan contour brush to sculpt cheekbones and accentuate features. Also effective for blending blush and bronzer. I have used this for blush, but mainly I do use this for contouring and bronzing up the face. It is a little bit smaller, so I really don't use this for highlight. I just use it for blush and bronzer, but it's a little bit smaller, and it's very soft. It's not going to be a really dense brush, but it is soft, and it does that. So I tend to use this brush more when I'm doing just light contouring or bronzing. It is beautiful. That contour and the fact that it is smaller, I think, is going to make it more universally helpful to more people, especially people that don't have my big old size head. But I really do like it. It gets in the contours of the cheeks really nicely, blends out powder. Just again, a really nice, beautiful brush. So it's got a nice cut on it, which I find to be very even. Nice pinched ferrule. Just nice brush. I mean, I can't complain about any of these brushes really. This is the V4, the Vegan Foundation Brush, and it looks like this, and it's just a flat paddle brush. Really like this brush as well, and it says liquids and creams glide on like a dream with this flat, dense vegan foundation brush. Also applies moisturizers and primers. What I do with this brush is I really put this to the test. I use it to mix my Aztec Clay face mask. So this gets a lot of washing and applying, and I do mix that mud mask with apple cider vinegar. And I have not noticed this brush shedding. I have not noticed it falling apart. I have not had any problems with this brush, and it gets washed every time I use it. So I've got to say, if you like using these paddle brushes to apply your masks, I think this is a great one because it is such a nice solid brush. And for a paddle brush, it doesn't have a lot of give. So it's got a lot of just density to it, which I find just great for applying that all over the face. So that is what I use this brush for. And I've got to say, I've really put this brush to the test and I am impressed. Brush we have got is the V5. Ooh, I'm throwing things. Okay. All right, the next brush we've got is the V5 Vegan Blending Brush. This is what it looks like, and on the back of the box it says, this synthetic vegan eye blending brush buffs and blends powder and cream pigments on lids, crease, and brow bone for a soft diffused look. I've got to say, this is my favorite type of blending crease brush. It's fluffy and it's soft, but it has just the slightest taper to it. But because it's a little bit smaller, it's really good for getting in and really buffing out the crease. I love this brush. Now I have noticed with this brush more than any of the others that the hair gets a little wonky as I'm looking at it. And so you do have, I don't know if you can see, but some of the hair is kind of going out and bending in different ways, and I don't know if it's just because I go ham with this brush, but I love this blending brush. I just think it's really nice. So, and it's one of those brushes, there are brushes in my collection that I have multiple of, and this might soon be one of them. Next brush is the V6, which looks like this, and it is called the Large Eyeshadow Brush. And on the back of the box it says, this vegan large eyeshadow brush sweeps dry and wet shadows smoothly across the lid, in the crease, and across the brow bone. Again, I really like this brush. I think it's beautiful. It's extremely soft. It's that type of brush that could be so multi-purpose because it is dense enough to where you could pack it on the lid. I love these types of brushes like the e.l.f. Eyeshadow C brush, the Flower EO1 brush, for getting my highlighter right underneath the brow bone, and just placing my base shadow all over the lid. I think it's just beautiful for that because it's soft, it's large enough to where you don't have to do a whole lot of work, and it'll really just kind of buff out that initial eyeshadow shade, which is what I mainly, again, use this for. This is also really good for getting underneath the eye and smoking out your eyeshadow. So again, a great multi-purpose brush. Really like it, have no complaints about it. Again, I've washed these. This one has no shedding, no funky hairs anywhere, so this one's good. All right, the next brush we have is the V7. This is the Vegan Concealer Brush. And it says, this vegan concealer brush targets small areas with precision to cover under eye circles, discolorations, blemishes, and other imperfections. And I'm not gonna lie, I like these types of brushes, these concealer brushes, to pack eyeshadow on my lid. I just feel like this kind of flat paddle brush, it looks exactly like the foundation brush, but smaller. I just love them. I think with the tapered top, it's just great for me for getting right in my crease and cutting the crease and just applying my lid shade very intensely, which is what I use this for. Again, really good brush, have no complaints about it. What I have is the V8. This is the Vegan Lip Brush. Very teeny tiny, very nice. It's got a very elongated, like, it's very long bristles on that one. And this one, it says, the smooth, stiff, angled bristles of this vegan lip brush ensure precise placement of lip color and clean edges around the mouth. Now, I will say that for me, it is a little bit long for a lip brush. I prefer something shorter because I feel like I have more control. But what I will do with this one is I will carve out my eyebrows and put concealer underneath my brows. I love this kind of brush for that. Usually I do use a lip brush, and this one is a little bit longer, and I feel like it just gets in there perfectly. So this is what I use that brush for. Again, no complaints about it. I'm really liking it. It'll be my favorite brush out of the whole bunch. This is the V9 Vegan Eye Precision Brush, and this Vegan Eye Precision Brush allows controlled, even application of concentrated color on lids and lash lines, ideal for creating smoky eyes. And I've got to agree, it is beautiful. It's soft, but it's got a lot of density to it. So this is definitely my favorite brush in the collection because I feel like it's the most unique, because sometimes pencil brushes are too big, sometimes they're too soft, and they're not good for really getting in there and packing out, you know, packing on color in these delicate areas. So I really do like the V9 brush. What we have is the V10, and it is a double-sided brush, and this is called the Vegan Brow Duo Brush. And it says, this Vegan Brow Duo brush perfects brows and lines eyes with precision. Angled brush applies colored spoolies, let me try that again. Angled brush applies color, spoolie brush blends and grooms brows and declumps lashes. I like this. I like this for my brows because it's a nice spoolie, and it's got larger gaps in it, but I feel like it's fluffier or softer. So it really is good for feathering up your brows, and I love this angled brush for my brows. You know, I love the Revlon double-sided one. This one is a close second because it is extremely thin. I don't know if you can see that. That's not gonna help. I don't know what I'm doing. It's extremely thin, and it's great for just getting in there and getting precise details along the tail and just around the front, feathering it up. It's just a great brush. I just really like this brush, and I like that it is as dense as it is because I feel like it makes it more effective. Favorite brushes from this line. Again, I really like this one. I love it for my brows. I think it's amazing. That's the V10 Brow Duo. I love the V9, the little tiny precision brush. I love the blender brush. You can never have too many blending brushes in your collection. It's just impossible. And then I love the V2 brush. I love this one for highlight or setting my under eye powder. I think it's just nice, it's soft, it feels good, and it's just a nice affordable brush. So those would be my favorites out of this line. Would I recommend these brushes? Absolutely. I think BH Cosmetics is really stepping up their brush game. They look beautiful compared to the ones that I got when I first started getting into makeup. These are just awesome. I think they're a great price. And I think BH Cosmetics and Coastal Scents too are really overlooked as far as brushes. And I'm surprised I haven't heard more about these because they are vegan, they're cruelty free, and they're nice quality brushes. And I think this is great for beginners too, because not only is it great to add to your collection, but if you're a beginner, you have everything you need in this set to create an entire face, which I think is fantastic. I think it was well thought out. I love the packaging, I love the quality of it, and I love the price point. So if you're in the market for some inexpensive brushes, I would definitely recommend these. But I hope this review was helpful. Again, I love BH Cosmetics brushes and I love where they're going with them, but this set just definitely intrigued me and I was really glad I got it, but I wanted to really try them out and form some thoughts on them and how I use them in my everyday routine. So they have been out for a couple months and I have formed my thoughts on them. But I hope this was helpful for you guys. As always, thank you so much for hanging out and talking about makeup with me. But I hope you guys have an amazing day, have a rockin' week, and I'll see you next time. Bye.